They're back. Let's return to New York, where the Giants got embarrassed last night by the Eagles, but did have one bright spot. Rookie Saquon Barkley, who turned nothing into something over and over again and finished with almost 230 yards from scrimmage. Meanwhile, $95 million man Odell Beckham Jr. didn't do much besides throw a huge tantrum on the sidelines. Marcellus, who do you think is more important to the Giants' future, Saquon or Odell?
I'm going with Blondie. I'm going with Odell. If you think about what Odell does for this team, it gives them the greatest chance to win. Think about it. Odell went for eight catches, 131 yards, and threw a touchdown and caught a touchdown. And they almost won the game against a very good team.
Oh, almost won.
But then we watched the next week.
What category? They got wins and losses and almost wins.
There we go. The almost. I'm going impact. I'm going impact in this conversation. And then I watched Saquon Barkley go out there for what? 229 all-purpose yards. Amazing performance, destroying it, and they got spanked, smoked. So just in terms of impact by position, Odell Beckham, when he's right, this team is right. When Saquon has been right all year. And how are the Giants looking? Not so good.
I completely disagree. I think one thing the NFL is going to have to come to grips with is running backs are still more important than wide receivers. And I think we're getting a lot of proof of that this year.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter what Odell Beckham Jr. does. You build your team around some diva wide receiver, you better be prepared for a roller coaster ride. You build your team around a running back like this. They got into a point last night where Pat Sherman, they were so frustrated, they just quit calling plays and just said, hey, flip the ball to Saquon and let him make some magic happen. Odell, you can't do that. Odell is overvalued, overhyped. He's undersized. He doesn't catch balls over the middle. He's a sideline receiver that does tantrums. Saquon Barkley is the future of the team.
I would agree. He is the vessel that all blessings flow for this New York Giants offense. And so when you look at it, he is the second running back in the history of the National Football League to average 100 yards per game through his first 6 games, and that's run and pass combined. The guy has the vision. He has the speed. He has the ability to pick up blitzes. He touches the ball more than the wide receiver position. So for that fact, I would say he's the guy that they have to build a team.
He's a leader, too.
Most definitely, and a leader on that football team. I don't think you'll never see him act like that on the sideline. Look, I'll say the Rams, that team is built around who? Pretty much. Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley. The Cowboys, even though they're not winning, who would make that team grow? Zeke. The Steelers, even though he's not in camp.
Connor.
Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell. Most definitely. If you got a top-notch running back, not just a running back by committee. When they go running back by committee, that means we ain't sure if he should be the guy. But when you got a guy that's the guy, you build your football team around him with a great offensive line. Most definitely got to have a quarterback, which they don't have right now. So, for sure, you have to go with Saquon Barkley. Man, we're having a likability conversation.
No.
Because y'all not hitting me with these numbers, these facts. This team hasn't scored 30 points but one time since Tom Coughlin's been there. And the one game they scored 30 points, who had the better game? Odell Beckham Jr. Since 2015, they haven't scored 30 points. But then we see, in contrast, when Saquon goes off. And they have, 13 points? 13 points? That's my point. When Odell does it, all of a sudden you see the offense click at a different level, different dimension. Saquon's always doing it.
Saquon Barkley changed field position on a screen pass at some point in the game where they still had a chance. They got it down to the 15, and then there was penalties in the dumb offensive line that took them out of scoring position. There were things beyond Saquon Barkley that hurt them. He was able to change field position at the drop of a hat. When you go back to that game a week ago, this almost win that just doesn't count in the NFL.
It's better than what happened last night.
Let me tell you, I can give you the specific reason why they lost that game. Odell Beckham muffed a punt. It went off his foot. He set Carolina in easy scoring position. Those were the game-deciding plays. So we can talk about his 8 catches, 131 yards. No one wants to talk about the turnover he created that really swung the game.
I want to ask you a question, Marcellus, as you was a defensive player. Yeah. Now, would you rather go against a team that's throwing the football
or a team that's running the football, and I mean running it, not with this bad offense.
I'd rather go against a team throwing the football because I get paid off them sacks.
But really, my defensive players, y'all, you know, man, if they run, you're like,
don't pound it on us.
Thank you. Don't pound it on us, man. Because all of a sudden, you're like, man, why come y'all ain't making no tackles? Hey, what's your job down there?
and my point is this: just by sheer touches. Last night, Odell was 2 for 14, 2 catches, 14 yards. The 8 for 31, when you look at the numbers that Saquon is touching the ball 20-plus every time, and he's the second player in the history of the game with all these Hall of Fame running backs that we have to have 6 games, 100 yards in his first 6 games, that's impressive, man. You got to say that this guy is the catalyst for that offense.
Impressive, yes. Both guys are impressive when they're rolling, but which one has the greater impact on this team to have a win and also to be optimal in offense? It's when Odell is rolling. We witnessed it last night.
All right, to Cincinnati, where the Bengals host the Steelers Sunday in a matchup that has produced some of the more explosive moments in football over the past several years. The last time these teams played, there were 20 penalties totaling 239 yards, and Big Ben seems to think the new rule changes might not be enough to curb the friction between them.
Some of the stuff that happens in that game is the rules were made for it before that, you know. So, it's not about just the physicality of the football game. To me, it's when it gets the extracurricular, the dirty stuff that is you wish would be cut out of it, and hope is cut out this time.
Definitely, you know, every game I've been in against the Steelers has been some type of aggressive hits or something dirty going on, So I mean, at the end of the day, it's football. You can't go out there and play scared. You can't go play frightened. You just gotta go out there and hit. It's hit or be hit.
All right, we're going to keep it 100% authentic and real in this conversation. The Bengals and the Steelers do not like each other. And this game feels like when 2 city schools in high school get together and it's like, oh, my God, Mama, you better take your big brother with you tonight. And if anything pops off, run your ass home. You don't need to be a part of that drama. And so the real question here is, because there's going to be a lot of spotlight on this game, will Mike Tomlin and Marvin Lewis control their football teams and just keep it on the field, keep it clean, and not have this turn into a controversial game?
I've been there, brother. Mama, can I go to the game? Who playing? Crenshaw Dorsey? Crenshaw Dorsey? Hell no. I ain't going to no Crenshaw Dorsey game. I love my son. So I've been there before. I think this is a situation where both teams have bigger fish to fry, especially Cincinnati. It's time to start thinking, even though you got to go through the regular season, you're off to a fast start, y'all need a meaningful playoff win. We need y'all to do something when it matters most. So you can't get caught up in the alley fight narrative. Like, that was cool when you were trying to prove to Pittsburgh, hey, we're formidable too. We're a real team. But now you are a real team. It's time to show that confidence and walk away and be the bigger man in some of these situations. Because all the little antics and all that kind of behavior that comes back to haunt them and made them lose a playoff game is something that's beneath them and it's behind them.
Oh, no.
Oh, no?
Oh, no. I had this exact situation with your Buffalo Bills. Like, they couldn't stand me. I had FBI agents outside of my room because it was that much for me. When I went to Buffalo or when Buffalo came to Miami, I was looking for blood. And so I understand, I'm matured now and I've kind of backed away from that. But I understand what this process is. You go out there and you make them wake up Monday morning seeing your face. That's what you're trying to do in this game. And bad blood makes for great rivalries.
I agree with that 100%. And I wouldn't doubt it if there's bounties in this game that you don't even know about. Y'all know what bounties are.
Right.
They have them out there. It was like when we played the San Francisco 49ers. It's like the Dodgers play San Francisco now. They don't like each other. You want to say, okay, we're going to go out here, we're going to be gentlemen. But sooner or later, some going to jump off. This is football. This is football. Somebody going to hit somebody going to say something, and here we go. Oh, it's like that? Oh, okay, it's like that? So I don't think they can control the emotions.
I would intentionally miss a play to hunt a guy. I remember trying to get Andre Reed one day.
Can't happen in this NFL.
I was hunting him.
Brian, it can't happen in this NFL.
It can happen, just get fined.
Right, and we cool now, but back then, oh, man, I would take a play off and beeline directly for him trying to head.
I got me a guy like that, too.
But, Brian, in this NFL, I guarantee you Roger Goodell, Troy Vincent, they've told this officiating crew.
Call me on Monday.
Just remember, Juju Smith-Schuster got Burfict the last time these guys played.
Got him.
Burfict got Antonio Brown. There's so much bad blood between these teams. We've seen Joey Porter on the football field trying to get into it. If this goes wrong for Tomlin and Marvin Lewis, there's going to be some heavy fines and maybe even suspensions. This could be a bad look for these guys. It's on these head coaches, man, to go to their Brian Coxes and calm them down.
Ain't no head coach in this league gonna come to me and tell me when I got an axe to grind, don't do it.
I agree with you. I agree. 100%.
So the thing that I would encourage them to do is say, hey, listen, okay, I know you got that axe to grind, but let's get a lead in the game and then you can go take care of your business.
Let's keep it to a minimum.
Let's keep it to a minimum. But ain't no way. I don't care about no fines.
But do you care about the game?
See me on Monday.
You care about the score.
That's what I'm saying. Let me get a lead. If you come to me that way, I'm like, okay, I can do that. But I'm going to get that guy.
But what if you get fined and punished and suspended and you're not there for the next game? The next meaningful game. You don't care. And you mad at Odell saying he's selfish.
I don't care.
But then you got to axe the grind. It's all about Brian Cox.
I can admit that. That's one of my
That's a big man.
Odell admits that he's selfish is fine. One of my weaknesses is I'm stubborn, and when I make up my mind to do something, it's hard to change. Now, my wife has helped me with it. But if I say I'm going to get somebody, I'm going to get that something.
So let me ask you, you ever had any bounties?
Yeah, I didn't have some.
There you go. I knew it. I knew that out there. I knew it out there.
And so
we want to say the right thing, but I'm just being real.
No, I appreciate the transparency of it, but I'm just saying, for Burfict, his career, his next suspension will be very lengthy. And so if he's got that mindset that you're talking about, Brian, it'll go beyond this game. He could they could suspend him for 8 games. Who knows what? As many times they suspend him, which will hurt the team down the long road. And if it happens, I'm just telling you, there will be some fine levied against Marvin Lewis, I think, as well. And if anything goes wrong with Pittsburgh, they're going to come for Tomlin, too. It's a bad look.
How can you fire the coach? They can't control what a player does.
Fine.
That's what I'm saying. How can you fire the coach?
Two brothers out there coaching.
Think about it. You got to think about this, Jason. If a guy has done something, say he takes a cheap shot at you, not does it once, twice, or 3 times in a game, you just going to say, oh, man, that's cool.
I don't want to get
we good.
I'm getting that song.
Oh, I'm going to get you.
I'm going to get you at all costs.
At some
I
point,
might meet you on the bus.
At some point, the Steelers and the Bengals have to acknowledge, hey, man, we got to tone it down.
No, because what people are missing is you're not looking at this guy trying to take my knee out. You're not looking at this guy trying to effectively end my career because they chop block. They can set you up with chop blocks. There's many things that happen during the game that people don't see, and it becomes personal. It's like you telling me that you're going to find me and this guy that tried to end my career 3 times. I'm getting that dude.
Lord help us. I can't wait to see this game.
Man.
Be safe out there. Thanks, Eric and Brian. Coming up, the Dodgers and Brewers face off in Game 1 of the NLCS tonight. John Smoltz joins us to break it all down.